Welcome to another crash course in Trials Evolution Gold. Today we're gonna pick up right where we left off last time with the downhill. Now, this is basically just a tip. Whenever you fail to clear a fairly large gap at the end of a very large downhill, simply try not giving it gas, because by doing so, you're actually slowing down your descent to match the max speed of the bike. So by giving it no gas, you're able to exceed what would normally be achieved by holding down the accelerator. And then right here, you can see we have another instance of fapping. Very important. Next, we have steps, which can be as big, if not bigger, than the rider and bike combined. There's a few ways you can approach this by leaning the bike back and forth and giving yourself a little bit more height when you do a kind of a bunny hop. But your main goal should be getting your back tire to hit first with enough clearance to swing not only the front tire, but also the engine block over the lip. This next step's a little bit lower, a little bit more forgiving, but if you don't get the engine block over, you're gonna have to start fapping. Again, learn how to do that, master that, it's gonna save your ass. This technique's pretty easy to pull off, but there's a couple different variations that you might need to do based on how the track creator has implemented it. In this case, we can see that there's a platform below, so all we have to do is rotate just enough to land on that, and then just roll back and keep going. But sometimes they chain them together. That's when you have to make slight variations to how you approach things after you flip the bike upside down. But getting it to that point is easy. Simply get your bike to the edge, give it a little bit of gas, hold down the brake. Your back tire will, in almost every situation, grip and hold on to that board, allowing you to swing the front end around. Once you get down to about here, release the brake for just a moment, and depending on what you need to land on or where you need to go after this, you could give it gas or hold the brake to control how fast you spin. All right, so you've landed this, go ahead and go down this hill, slightly tap the brake, just give it a little bit to prevent yourself from slamming into a wall like this, and then just simply give it some, hit it, and then fall down to whatever it is that they want you to go. In this case, we have, I don't even know what this is called, but it's a ninja move, and it's a lot easier than I just made it look. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys have accidentally flipped the bike without even moving it. Just do that again. Except this time, the back wheel is gonna stop at the bottom of this platform here. Keep giving it gas, it's gonna pull you all the way through. And at the end, before you hit that loop, go ahead and release the gas and just use the sticks to correct yourself, okay? You wanna keep pushing forward, that way you get that forward flip going, and then flip it back to the left to keep yourself from overcorrecting. Be sure to use the gas and brake accordingly depending on how much speed you have. Now, this next obstacle may be the same in theory, but the fact that it's vertical adds a lot of difficulty. All you have to do is get the front tire on the left side, the rear tire stays on the right, your bike will wedge in there, and then gun it. Or you might have to milk it. It really depends on how far apart these things are. At the top, once again, release the gas. The bike should flip over to the front. Here we have some assistance, but if you don't have a ledge, a little lip to push you over to the right, when you get to the top, and this has to be perfect timing, just tap the brakes. In some cases, it should flip the front end around enough for you to fap your way back onto the top. Again, this is one of the more difficult obstacles to master, and you won't even see it that often, so it's not like you have a lot of opportunities to go through and actually practice it. So good luck to all of you guys, and remember, it's okay to go and watch a replay if you can't figure out how to complete a certain section of a track. I know that looking at the lower right corner there, the little diagram is not necessarily as accurate as showing the actual controller itself, which is why I'm here. So, next up we have rails and the dreaded reverse uphill wheelie. I promise you, it is way fucking harder than it looks.